Hi, I'm Neil Beck. I was a doctor in Perth, Western Australia for 53 years. In that 53 years, I had 500,000 consultations, home and hospital visits. And it became clear to me that the three most important factors in having a good life are growing your mental health, having enough good relationships, and avoiding addictions. There are no perfect mums, dads, families, homes or schools, so all children start with some problems. And there are no perfect countries, communities, jobs or marriages, so all adults have some problems. It's a mistake to think that only a few people have mental health problems. We all have some mental health problems, and finding and fixing them is one of the best things we can do to have a good life. Some suffer so much and get so little proper help that in desperation they try street help, and that's always addictive. We need a system that relieves mental distress so quickly that very few people ever try street drugs, and the addictive drug industries shrink, starve, and can be completely eradicated. If in the next 2 days, my tech assistant and I are putting up our 10th tool. Today, everything we do with tools. Tools enable us to do things quicker, better, easier, at lower cost. If something needs to be done and there isn't a good tool, someone makes a good tool. But unfortunately, the mental health tools, which are basically medicines and talk therapy, both have great weaknesses. So many medicines are addictive because the people who take medicines want to take medicines and get better quickly and then stop taking them. But the people who make medicines want people to take as much medicine for as long as possible and preferably never be able to stop them. They do that in two ways. They make so many medicines addictive. How do addictive substances work? Well, whether it's addictive medicines or addictive street substances, they work the same way. They give great relief at first, but they create a little bit of resistance in your chemistry. So the next time you take them, to get the same relief, you have to take a bit more to overcome or to give you the relief and to also overcome the resistance. And when you take a bit more, you get more resistance. And so with addictive substances, it goes more and more and more until in the end you're taking a great amount and you can't stop, because if you do stop, you get serious withdrawal symptoms. And medicines, and not only are many medicines addictive, many are too slow. When you've got a mental suffering, you want quick relief, but swallowed tablets and capsules take half an hour to an hour to start to work, and 1 to 2 hours to work strongly, which is often too slow. And talk therapy, the other main mental health tool, has two weaknesses. First of all, it's very slow. Talking to people takes a long time to find out exactly what their problems are, what caused them, and what help they need to fix them. So it's slow. And secondly, it's too expensive, because to be a professional therapist, a doctor or a psychologist or a therapist, you need long training, at least a 4-year Bachelor of Psychology, perhaps a 5-year Master of Psychology, or a 6 or 7-year PhD. And to become a psychiatrist takes 10 or 12 years. So people who do those long training courses have to be very intelligent, and they have to be paid well. So talk therapy is expensive. So over 22 years, I developed 10 tools to help with mental health and addiction, which enable people to help themselves much more and to start to help themselves very early. It's very important that mental health and addiction problems are treated early. If you start early, they're much simpler, easier to understand, easier to help. But if you wait, if people have to wait too long, either because they're a long waiting list or because they don't want to admit to having mental health problems because there's a stigma about having mental health problems, then problems cause more problems, which cause more problems, and in the end they crash, and then it's very difficult and takes a lot of time to help them, and all that help that they need makes the waiting lists longer. So my tools consist of under a minute videos. I have 87 under a minute videos. Then websites, the mental health videos A-to-Z.com and smilefixit.com, and an app, the Mental Fixit app, and live streaming. I do this live streaming 4 times a week on Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Perth time, and Sunday at 9 a.m. Perth time. The 5th tool is powder medicines. Powder medicines, if you drop powder medicine on your tongue and suck it, don't swallow it, it gets straight into the bloodstream and starts working in 5 minutes. Your tongue is pink or red because the blood vessels are so close to the surface, and when you drop thousands of tiny grains of powder medicine on your tongue and suck it, it starts to get into the bloodstream and to work in 5 minutes, and soon you develop taste conditioning, and then it works as soon as you taste it. The 6th tool is pocket powder medicine dispensers, which you carry your medicine in your pocket, so that whenever you start to suffer or mental health distress, or you start to crave an addictive substance, you just whiz it out and drop the powder on your tongue and suck it, don't swallow it, and start to get relief in 5 minutes. The 7th tool is heartbeat meditation aids. Meditation is so helpful for people with mental health distresses, but it's hard to learn. Meditation is a habit, and habits are things that you become automatic by doing them over and over and over again lots of times, but it's hard for very troubled people to meditate. And having a heartbeat meditation aid which enables you to listen to your heart is a great help in learning to meditate. The 8th tool is tasty fruit powders in pocket dispensers. These fruit powder pocket dispensers are bigger than the medicine dispensers. If you have a way of rewarding yourself when you do something, or when you don't do something, when you stop doing something, that helps to make a habit or to break a habit. So if you carry some lovely tasting fruit powder, vanilla and chocolate are my favorites, in a pocket dispenser, whenever you do something that you want to make into a habit, you reward yourself by smiling and having a lovely taste. and that helps you to do it more often and to make it into a habit. And when you're trying to break a habit, you break habits by delaying them and doing less of them. And whenever you delay and do less of something that you're trying, a habit you're trying to break, reward yourself with a smiling and a lovely taste. And you'll be able to delay it a little bit longer and do a little bit less of it, and that will reduce the habit more. The ninth tool is phone treasure. We all carry a phone in our pocket these days, and if we've got lovely stuff on our phone, words or images or sounds, music that we love, and whenever we need a little lift, we just whiz our phone out and look at those lovely things, photos of our grandchildren or of our pets or of things that we love, beautiful things, or words that help us, like life wasn't meant to be easy, Rome wasn't built in a day, honesty is the best choice. If we can whiz our phone out and have a little boost from something on our phone, that's a great help. But the 10th tool, which my tech help and I are putting up in the next couple of days, is what I hope will be the really big one, and we call that Scroll Plus. Scroll Plus. Why Scroll Plus? Well, it's because so many people love scrolling. TikTok only started 9 years ago, but over 1 billion people a month visit TikTok. And what do they visit TikTok to do? Most of them visit TikTok to do scrolling. They love racing through stuff and finding things that are helpful or interesting or entertaining. So I realized eventually, I'm a bit of a slow learner, that our mental health aid had to be scrollable. So now our 10th tool that we're putting up now is Scroll Plus. But what's the plus about? Well, the great advantage of scrolling is that you race through an incredible amount of information and may discover something that's interesting or helpful for you. But the problem is that the reason you can scroll so much, so fast, is that there's no detail, but you need detail on the stuff that's important to you. And the problem was that the old system was big books. As a medical student, I had a half a dozen books on medicine, 1,200 pages, surgery, 1,000 pages, pathology, 1,100 pages, obstetrics and gynecology, 900 pages. There was so much detail that it took so long to read them that sometimes you missed the important things which you find by scrolling. So Scroll Plus enables you to race through over 90 mental health problems and solutions in a few minutes and find the ones that are important to you. And as soon as you find anything that's important to you, you can tap on a 6 to 16 second video that gives you instant information. So that scroll through everything fast and get plus get information about what's important to you by instantly tapping on a very short video. The very short video gives you some information that you need, and each 6 to 16 second video is linked to a 1 minute video, and the 1 minute video gives you more detail, and then you can find more 1 minute video that give you more detail. So Scroll Plus will help you to find everything that's important to you very quickly, and then to get information about what's important to you. So the over 90 mental health problems and solutions I've divided into 9 groups. The first group is bad feelings are usually what trouble us most. Feeling bad is usually the worst mental health problem. And the heading is, our brain, glands and gut produce 25 feel-good, happy, healthy chemicals to help us through life, but sometimes don't produce enough. And if that's important to you, you tap on a 16-second video which tells you to avoid bad feelings, keep your feel-good chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, noradrenaline, and over 20 endorphin chemicals well boosted with a healthy, natural lifestyle and plenty of smiling and laughing. The second item under bad feelings is boost your feel-good chemicals production with smiling, laughing, healthy food and drinks, physical activity, sunlight, fresh air, nature, flowers, pets, music, beauty, good sleep, good relationships, hugging, kissing and good sex. The third item under feelings is our feel-good chemicals also boost our immune system, which fights infections, allergies, inflammation, autoimmune diseases and cancer. And if that's important to you, tap on the 15-second video which tells you our immune system is cells, antibodies and chemicals in every part of us that fight diseases. They stop us getting sick, which makes us feel better, so keep them strong by boosting your endorphins. The fourth item under feelings is we also have 4 normal but unpleasant warning feelings: loneliness, sadness, anger and anxious carefulness. They're not nice, but they keep us safer and better and happier. And if that's important to you, tap on the 20-second video. Without warning feelings, we wouldn't know when we need more friends, wouldn't grieve when we need to grieve, might not realize something is bad and should be stopped, and might not be careful when care is needed. So always respond to warning feelings. Not nice, but they make us safer and happier. The next item under feelings, bad feelings suppress our feel-good chemistry and immune system, so make us unhappy, unhealthy, which causes more bad feelings. If that's relevant, tap on the 16-second video. Bad feelings depress our feel-good chemistry, so cause more bad feelings, which further depress your feel-good chemistry. That vicious cycle can make you old and sick early. The sixth item under feelings, to be healthy, happy and safe, build things into your living that boost your feel-good chemistry production. If that's relevant, tap on the 16-second video which tells you you can't have a healthy, happy, safe life if your feel-good chemistry and immune system are weak. So often review the list of feel-good chemistry boosters and repeat some until they become permanent habits. The sixth item under feelings, if you are lonely, look at happy faces and smile at them. And if that's relevant to you, you can just tap and go to great photo websites that show beautiful pictures of boys and girls and teenagers and adults and old people smiling and laughing and looking very happy. The second major group is the surest way to be happy and healthy is to grow your mental health. And the first item under growing your mental health is what usually most helps us to be happy and healthy, to have a good life, is growing our mental health. And if that's relevant, tap the 16-second video which tells you in developed countries there's plenty of most things, and if we're mentally healthy we usually get whatever we need, but if we're mentally unhealthy we're sometimes very troubled and needy. The second item under growing mental health is good feelings, good thinking, good habits, normal warning feelings with not many bad feelings, thoughts or habits, and no ignored warning feelings. The 10-second video under that is being mentally healthy is far better and safer, so do scroll plus often to quickly find and fix any mental health problems. The next item under growing mental health is to find, understand and fix abnormal bad feelings, thinking and habits. Often do the fast mental fix-it scroll and or mental fix-it app checks. The 16-second video which you can tap is to feel and think better and make good new habits and break bad old habits. Often spend a few minutes doing the mental fix-it scroll plus and or a mental fix-it app check and watching the under a minute videos they recommend. The next item under growing your mental health, to get fully better, find all your problems in a few minutes, anytime, anywhere, with fast scroll plus repeats and or mental fix-it app checks. Slow consultations often miss things. The 13-second video you can tap under that is getting fully mentally healthy is best, so you need to find all your problems. Finding all your problems is surest, simplest and fastest with free scroll plus or mental fix-it app checks on your phone. The third group under mental health is downer mental health disorders. There are upper mental health disorders and downer mental health disorders. The downer mental health, the first downer mental health is depression. The heading is depression is not truly fixed until its causes are found and as far as possible understood and fixed. And if that's relevant for you, tap the 16-second video which tells you depression usually has several causes. Do scroll plus often to find and understand your causes. What were your family and home like in your first year of life? Did any parent, grandparent or great parent suffer a disaster? The second item under downer disorders, should my focusing, concentration, decision making and impulse control be stronger? Could I have attention deficit disorder, ADD or ADHD? If that's a question for you, tap the 15-second video. Focusing, concentration and impulsiveness difficulties with or without hyperactivity may be due to ADD, ADHD, but there can be other things. Find and fix everything with fast scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks. The third item, find, understand and fix low self-esteem, low confidence and inferiority and superiority complexes. If that's important to you, tap the 14-second video which tells you it's very important to understand what you feel and think about yourself and to get that right. Underestimating, overestimating or disliking yourself can cause serious problems, and scroll plus fixes that. Upper mental health disorders. To be healthy and happy, good sleep is very necessary. Good sleep is not a luxury, you need it. If that's relevant for you, tap the 16-second video. Enough good sleep is very important. If you have difficulty relaxing and sleeping, keep doing fast scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks and watching the 6 to 60 second videos they recommend until you're a good sleeper. The second item under upper disorders is to fully fix worry, anxiety as far as possible. Find, understand what started it and why and how. If that's relevant, tap the 15-second video. Worry, anxiety is a common bad habit. Keep doing fast scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks. Watching their short videos, and break the habit by cutting every attack short with a pocket dispenser of Calm Fast 3 powder medicine. Item 3 under upper disorders is understand and start cutting irritability, anger, violence disorder. If that's relevant, if irritability, anger, violence is relevant for you, tap the 16-second video which tells you irritability, anger, violence is a bad habit. Do fast scroll plus and mental fix-it app checks often. Watch their short videos and break the habit by quickly cutting every attack short with a pocket dispenser of anger fix powder. This is anger fix powder on a pocket dispenser. If you start to feel irritable, angry, or get violent, whiz it out of your pocket, drop the powder on your tongue, suck it, don't swallow it, and it'll start to calm you in 5 minutes, and soon you'll develop taste conditioning, then it'll start to calm you in seconds. Another item under upper and downer disorders is cut your worst fears by facing and understanding them. If you have fears, tap the 15-second video which tells you if you are often worried and not sure why, get better by facing and understanding everything. Keep writing down your fears till you've found everything. Often do scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks and watch their videos. The next group is good relationships are almost as important as mental health and depend on mental health. The first item under relationships is good relationships greatly increase health and happiness, and bad relationships often cause great unhappiness and costs. And if relationships are a problem for you, tap the 18-second video which tells you the more mentally healthy you are, the better your relationships will be, and the better your relationships are, the more mentally healthy you'll be. For all of human history, humans adapted to living close to others, and loneliness is bad for humans. Loneliness is as damaging as 15 cigarettes a day. The second item under relationships is to have good relationships, become a good quality person who learns to recognize good quality people and recognizes who you are and aren't compatible with. If that's relevant for you, tap the 16 video which tells you for a good life, become a fair, honest, good-natured, cooperative, kind person who recognizes other people like that and recognizes who you are and aren't compatible with, and have some comfortable, compatible relationships. Another item under relationships, to have a good life, become a good communicator. If communication is a problem for you, tap the 16-second video. Clearly understanding other people's feelings and messages, and others clearly understanding your feelings and messages is very important. Especially watch their face and their facial changes, and try to make sure they're watching your face. So much is conveyed in communication through facial expressions. Another item under relationships, make difficult relationships a little easier. If you've got difficult relationships, tap the 14-second video which tells you if there are people close to you who you can't avoid but you're different from. It helps if you can find a few good things about them that you respect and think about those things. The next group of things is about families. The first item is a good marriage. Your parents' marriage or your marriage can be one of the greatest places on earth. Bad marriages can be hell and ruin your life and health. And if that's an issue for you, tap the 14-second video which tells you marriages are best when both partners are good quality people, fair, honest, good-natured, capable, cooperative and loving, and are compatible, mostly liking and valuing the same things. Another item is we often develop problems related to any problems our mum had, and if our mum had problems, tap the 20-second video which tells you as a reaction to our mum we tend to develop problems similar to hers or the opposite of hers. Many or most mental health problems are family problems passed down the generations, which can now be easily found, understood and minimized with Fast Scroll Plus and or Mental Fix-It app checks and watching their short linked videos. Another item under families is getting a good home should be a top priority. It's where we spend much of our life, often with those closest to us. Start thinking, planning and saving for your home early. If your home is an issue, tap the 10-second video which tells you think carefully about your mental health, relationships and work, and also about getting a good home. The next group of mental health issues comes as habits. The first item is the more or less principle is the more we repeat something the easier it gets to do it and the harder it gets to stop doing it. And the less we do something, the easier it gets to stop doing it. If that's an issue for you, tap the 16-second video which tells you everything we do is the result of triggers and electrical messages in our brain and nerves and chemical messages in our brain tissues and blood, which gets stronger the more often we do things and weaker the less often we do things. The second item under habits is our busy brain can't cope with everything consciously, so it saves time by making what we repeat often into automatic unconscious habits that are hard to stop. With sleep, 65% of our life is habits. Nearly 2/3 of our life is habits. So managing habits is very important in having a good life. If that's relevant for you, tap the 14-second video which tells you because our world and our life keep changing, it's very important to learn how to change our habits, to learn to make new habits when needed and to break old habits when needed. And the next item under habits is it's far easier to make or break habits if you first get very sure about how the change will make your life better. The 15-second linked video tells you if you want to make or break a habit, thinking and talking about how doing that will make your life better makes doing it much easier. Also do Google and or ChatGPT searches on the values of your proposed changes in making your life better. The fourth item under habits are tasty fruit powders from pocket dispensers making and breaking habits easier. If making and breaking habits is an issue for you, tap the 16-second video which tells you making habits is easier if you do them. If as you do them you enjoy lovely pocket dispenser fruit powder tastes. Breaking habits is easier if you always delay them as long as possible by first focusing on lovely fruit powder. So if you're trying to make a habit, every time you think about it or start to do it, have a lovely taste of fruit powder. And that lovely taste will help you to do it more often, which will help to make it into a habit quicker. Or if you're trying to break a habit, what you have to do is to keep delaying it and doing less of it. And you can delay it and do less of it by whizzing out a pocket dispenser of lovely tasting fruit powder and dropping that lovely tasting fruit powder on your tongue and enjoying the taste, and delaying doing the habit by enjoying the taste. When the taste starts to fade, have another taste and enjoy it some more, and enjoy it some more, and delay doing the habit, and delaying doing the habit and doing less of it weakens it. The next group of items is powder medicines in pocket dispensers. It's easier to stop things you don't want if you can block them very quickly as soon as they start. And one way to do that is with pocket powder medicine dispensers. For instance, you might be trying to overcome the problem of worry, anxiety, of insomnia, of post-traumatic stress disorder, or craving for alcohol, or craving for addictive tranquilizers, or craving for addictive sleepers, or craving for marijuana, or craving for heroin, or addictive painkillers. And you can quickly reduce those sufferings and cravings by dropping Calm Fast powder medicine on your tongue. This pocket powder dispenser contains Calm Fast powder. Anytime, anywhere, you can whiz it out of your pocket, drop it on your tongue, suck it, and in a few minutes it starts to calm your anxiety, your insomnia, your PTSD, your craving for addictive substances. Tobacco Fix non-addictive pocket powder medicine dispenser quickly cuts tobacco craving and makes quitting smoking in 6 to 12 weeks comfortable. If smoking is a problem for you, tap and see the 14-second video which tells you this. On waking, take 1 dose per 20 kilograms or 44 pounds of your weight like this. Then about half that much every 3 to 8 hours. Reduce your smoking by a quarter every 1 to 3 weeks will become easy, and so you reduce it by a quarter, then by half, then by 3/4, and in 4, 6, 8, 10 or 12 weeks you can comfortably quit smoking. The items under the group addictions, the first item is 95% of addictions start when relief from mental suffering is faster, more convenient or more affordable with street drugs than with a doctor or a clinic. If getting relief from mental suffering is an issue for you, tap the 16-second video attached to that item, which tells you treating addicts with addictive medicine in distant clinics with waiting lists is crazy. To avoid street drugs, suffering people must be able to walk into any pharmacy and in minutes get an online diagnosis and first aid relief. And that is my ultimate goal. I believe every pharmacy should have a screen that anyone can walk in and do the Scroll Plus or the Mental Fix It app check and immediately find what their problems are and what will help them most. And the pharmacist should be able to immediately give them first aid relief powder medicines and should be able to make an appointment with them to see a doctor or a clinic as soon as possible. So we've got pocket powder medicines, which are a mixture of 2, 3 or 4 powder medicines that stop each craving, one for each craving and one for each mental health suffering. And the fastest way to stop them is to carry the right powder for you in a pocket dispenser in your pocket, and as soon as you start to feel the problem, whiz that out, have the powder and cut that mental distress or that addictive craving short. And when you cut it short, you suffer less, you can delay it. When you delay it, you weaken the habit, and then eventually you can quit it. I recently had a week in hospital because I developed angina, which is pain in the chest due to narrowed, blocked coronary arteries. So I had to go to hospital for a week and have 2 stents put in to open up the narrowed arteries, and now I'm almost as good as new again. But I need to work less, so my sessions will still be my live streaming will still be Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. And Sunday morning at 9 a.m. But they'll be shorter, so I need to stop now. But I want to hear from you. I can't talk to you all. There are so many viewers, but please. Whatever platform you watch the live streaming on, send me your comments, questions and criticisms, and I will respond to them. Or email me. I always respond to emails. The email for this purpose is spelt how it sounds, healthestuff@gmail.com, healthestuff@gmail.com. If you can't remember that, just go to the website smilefixit.com, smilefixit.com, and you'll find the email address there, and email me and I'll respond to it. So thank you for watching. Today is Sunday morning. I'll be back Wednesday, 7 p.m. Perth time. Bye.